Chairman, I've got a couple of questions regarding the eligibility criteria, but before I do that, I want to ask you a question about some of the questions that you just answered.
Okay.
You did say that this program is income-based, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but yet you didn't mention, or the prior member said this is not for the wealthy, you agreed, and this is not for millionaire families. So is there an income cap?
No, but it's prioritized by income.
Okay, but a moment ago, when the prior member asked questions saying this was not for millionaire families, you agreed that this is not for millionaire families. So do you agree that this program is not for millionaire families?
I believe that you will see more middle-class Texas families access this program than any other segment.
Okay, regardless of whether it's more or not, but this is available, and Texas should know that this voucher program is being made available to millionaires, people that could potentially make $1 million a year. Is it still available to those families?
But and that income level is capped.
Okay, so at what cap in your bill, can you tell me where the income level is that you believe is not for the wealthy? What is the maximum income level at which your voucher bill is now going to allow for a family in Texas to take part in this program?
Well, the income levels, as I described, begin with students with disabilities, and then
No, I'm asking
you're
the
talking
question.
about on the high end.
I'm asking, what is the maximum amount of income at which you are no longer available, or you are no longer eligible to receive a voucher? Public schools, public taxpayer dollars, because in this building we talk a lot about lowering taxes. Ultimately, this comes from all people in Texas. What is the maximum amount of income a family can earn at which they're still eligible to receive this voucher program?
Under Priority 4, it's families earning $160,000 a year or more.
That's under Priority 4. Are you telling me that Priority 4 is the maximum amount, so therefore no one that makes over $140,000 a year combined income?
No, it's reserved. It's prioritized for families earning more than $160,000 per year, and it's capped at 20% of the program.
Okay, it's 20%. So what's the cap? Is it 160 to 200? Is it 160 to 250?
It's not capped. It's universal. All families are eligible in that priority.
Okay, so then back to my prior question. Will a family that makes $1 million a year or more, are they still eligible?
They're eligible to apply.
Okay, so then a millionaire family will. A billionaire family would still be eligible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you some questions regarding the eligibility criteria. Under SB2, your bill does require proof of citizenship or lawful admission into the United States, correct?
Yes, sir.
And under this bill, who is responsible for making immigration status determinations?
It is done through the application process.
That application process happens where?
It happens when the family applies through the Certified Education Assistance Organization.
So this is an outside vendor?
It is one, could be one of several that the comptroller would contract with via RFP.
Okay, and does your bill intend to adhere to the Immigration and Nationality Act's definition for lawfully admitted?
Yes, if they're lawfully admitted, they're eligible.
So are you aware that someone that can be lawfully present, even if they are not lawfully admitted into the United States? For example, they could be present with a green card. They could have protections under the Violence Against Women's Act. They could have special immigrant juvenile status. They could have DACA. They could be asylum seeker or grantee, or they could have temporary protective status and U visa. Is it your intention to exclude children lawfully present in the U.S. from vouchers that qualify under those programs?
All the bill requires that they be a United States citizen or lawfully present.
Isn't it the responsibility of making determinations regarding a person's lawful or unlawful presence under immigration law the exclusive responsibility of the federal government?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
Isn't it the responsibility of making determinations regarding someone's lawful or unlawful presence under immigration law the exclusive responsibility of the federal government?
I'm not advised on the process. That is up to the applicant to prove they're a United States citizen or a legal resident.
And to your prior response, they are going to be presenting this information to someone that is not of the federal government. So the vendor, will they be required to be a part of some federal government institution, since they are going to be providing information, or persons seeking to be a part of your voucher program are going to be providing that documentation status?
Yeah, they will verify that they are citizens or lawfully present.
What documents will they be required to establish
Yeah.
their presence or lawful admission?
Documents provided by the applicant.
Those are the documents provided by the applicant,
Yeah.
but what documents do you expect them to provide?
Well, they can provide your standard documents where you prove your citizenship or legal status in any occasion of transacting business in Texas.
And what are those? I mean, it's in your bill. That's why I
Yeah.
want to know,
Yeah.
Dr. Buckley, if you're asking for them to prove the status, there's concern that they have to prove status. You've mentioned that it's going to go to an outside vendor. You haven't told me, other than tell me that it's through the comptroller, but you haven't instructed in this legislation what I believe should be a requirement, because right now you should only have to prove your status to the federal government. But I'll move on. How will this organization in the comptroller's office, if you have knowledge of it, ensure that these documents are properly protected, that they're safely protected?
The organizations that operate as a certified education assistant organization have privacy guards and protections for all personal information that is required for this for application.
Is that in your bill?
Yes.
Can you tell me what line of your bill it is that specifies
Yeah.
what information and how it will be protected?
I'm sorry, repeat your question.
Can you tell me what line in the bill
Yeah.
and where it is, the documents that should be provided, and where they will be protected? Where and how they will be protected?
They will be protected per state and federal law in terms of personal information.
Will any schools be charged with the responsibility?
I'm sorry?
With the responsibility of verifying or confirming status?
No, that will be done in the application process.
For the sake of time, I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to see if you can point to me in the bill where that information regarding the protection of those documents are.